We got big fucking plans for you, boy. Oh yeah. Just finished putting on the first coat of linseed oil. Minor imperfections, but hey, learned a lot of lessons doing this one, and after doing this one, the next ones will be easy, because I'll have a nice flat, level surface to build this on. The next one, I should say. Not bad though. Not bad for a bunch of 2x4s and glue, let me tell ya. Not too bad at all. Not teabag. Started this last year with the intent of it going into a certain spot at my house as a desk. But now I no longer have the spot in my house because I no longer have the house. But that's okay. We roll with the punches. We take this, turn it into something magical. I had a dilemma. This is my workspace. This is what I got to work with. However, this thing over here, this was going to be a desk. And, yeah, well, again, things change. It ain't going to be a desk anymore. What she's going to be is a workbench. Which is, actually ends up being better for me. What I can do is a lot more with a workbench than I can do with my little computer desk. And I wanted to make a workbench after I made this one. But we roll with what we got, and now it's going to be a workbench because I don't have the space for it in my apartment. But there were some issues when I made this one because I wasn't thinking ahead and I didn't put it on a level surface. So you can see things might look a little cattywampus there on the thicknesses of those 2x4s going across. That's because they are a little cattywampus. I unfortunately did not think through when working with wood that, or any material, of course, you need a nice level surface. Level all four ways. Mine wasn't. But, even though the end stock might look a little weird, she still works. The top now is level and flat. I put a carpenter square on her right now to show you how pretty flat she is. Not perfect, but goddamn close. I'd show you, but I just put the last little bit of Dutch oil on there, linseed, for her first coat. Get her penetrating nice and deep. And then I'm going to come back after she cures up, give her a light lick of sandpaper, and coat her with some tung oil, a little bit more durable for workbench stuff. Acrylic would work too, or not acrylic, but whatever that stuff, polyurethane. But tung oil and stuff, being this is going to be a workbench, I fuck her up, miss the nail and hit the workbench with a hammer, and just sand her down, give her a little rub of tung oil, and she's good as new. Whereas polyurethane, you gotta start all over. So what we're gonna do with this though, this here, we're gonna take this and we're gonna make it our work area. Now, being a 7-foot desk, you think you'd have lots of room for a bench grinder, a vise, got a drill press, it takes up space too. Well, what we're gonna do, instead of making a whole bunch of holes and taking up the whole 7 feet of desk for some tools, we're gonna take this piece of steel here, this glorious 1/2 inch piece of steel, like she's thick. We're gonna take this, chop her up into foot square sections, and we're gonna make some interchangeable plates. How? Well, stick around, you might find out. Look at that beauty. That's a good chunk of steel. Canadian steel right there. Focus, you. Oh, there we go. It's nice and thick. But yeah, we'll make it so we only got one spot here off in the corner. We're going to have a base plate that's bolted down sandwiched between the desk, bolted down nice and firmly. And then we're going to have a plate that bolts directly into the top plate, or the desk plate, whatever I just said it was, the first plate that's going to be sandwiched on the desk. We're going to take that and we're going to tap 4 holes into that plate, the base plate. We're going to tap 4 holes into the base plate after it's already sandwiched, and then we're going to have other plates that have holes, foot square holes, or foot square pieces of steel to match the foot square over there, the base plate over here. And then we're going to drill holes in the top plates, 4 holes to match. So you just bolt the plate down, and each plate will be for each device. So I'll be able to drop a bench vise on here, have it nice and secure, nice and skookum, and you know, I'm not wasting the whole desk having that just sitting there when I'm not using it, because I'm just a home guy. I use the tools, but not often enough normally to bolt them down, as you see. So we're gonna fix that so we can use them. Try and file something all friggin' heavy. No good, no good. Fix that. Let me tell you, I've used these without being bolted down. And yeah, more fun than a Friday night with your friends, let me tell you. She can get pretty scary. But again, and this stuff here, that's another project. If and we get enough likes or interest in these kind of things, maybe we'll actually end up doing YouTube. Who knows? Who knows? But this has got to fucking go. My foot. This, well, I am grateful for the space. To be able to have this space for me is great. I'd rather have this than have everything sitting in a storage shed or storage unit. And my good friend is nice enough to allow me to store stuff and work on things here, which is amazing. I am eternally grateful. You know, they got a lot of people. They aren't as good friends as they say they are. This one's a good friend. You know, a lot of lesson to you people out there in the internet worlds, the interwebs, all you people out on the interwebs, those friends on Facebook, that number, the followers, even for people on YouTube, I know would be kind of a hypocrite, but you know, they might be quote unquote friends, but they ain't your friends, let me tell you, partner. You know, in the doghouse, how many of your friends would actually pick you up off the street and help you out in a pinch? Not all 160 of them on Facebook, and that's a nice number. I've seen friends with in the thousands of friends, and it's like, come on, come on. But teach their own. Now I'm rambling. I guess we'll talk about a bunch of other things. This won't just be it'll be a little menagerie of everything. Because there's this project here, which is the bench. I made this bench out of 2x4s and glue. That's all this desk is, but she is solid, let me tell you. 7-foot solid pine, or SPF. It could be spruce pine or Douglas fir. Who knows? But yeah, a couple 2x4s, some pipe clamps, glue, and you got yourself a desk. Well, let me tell you, if you ever try and take on a project like this, or any project, level, flat, working surface is key. I screwed myself over with this desk, and I have put many hours into shaping it to get it flat. And she still ain't 100%, but she's good enough for me. But let me save you the headache. Do it right the first time. Always got time to do it right the second time. Never right the first. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Oh, there's this project. Jeez. So the desk was a project in itself. Now it's the workbench. I take the workbench and we make it actual usable for us. Take this plate of steel, mount some things to it, and then be able to have a small footprint on my desk so I can workbench and do other things. Something else I wanted to do along with this desk is those are going to be 2 dog bowl dishes. Something else that I got on the back burner. You know, we got this fucking mess over here with that red pressure gauge and hose and tubing of ice. Oh, what have we got going on here? That's something else. I got a truck at a buddy's place. His another one of them, good friends, family almost. Your friends really, good friends are your family, and they treat you as such. So I got my truck over at his place. Had her for a couple of years. Did lots of work to her. Upgraded the leaf springs in the rear end, and when I go to put in the leveling kit, don't I friggin' jack her up and hear a little clink. Well, I lie. It wasn't a little clink. It was a metal crunching clink. And what happened is the frame had cracked from the front fender. Where it rolls up over there on the frame, cracked from here all the way to the cross member, which is like a good 2 feet, 3 feet. So, needless to say, she's off the road. So I got it at my buddy's place, and I found a frame in mint shape for that 97. She's a 97, 23-year-old truck. Oh, why not just scrap her? Well, like I said, I put lots of money into her, lots of love, lots of care, lots of parts, and she's running top aside from that frame. So, you know, do I spend the money on a new truck and have a bunch of other problems that I gotta deal with anyways? Or do I just do something that I already know, love, have that history with, and just fix it? This is the day and age of people not fixing things and just picking them up and throwing them away. But you know what? If something's broken, not the way you like it, fix it. I could have easily thrown this desk out and said, fuck the wood. Let's have a bonfire, she'll be done. But no, take the time, fix her up, do it good the second time. And you know what? I'm really pleased. It might look a little funny on the edges, but I'm telling you, this desk, 7 feet of workspace. And, I'm going to have that 1 inch or 1 foot square plate from this corner here. It'll probably actually overhang here because I'm going to mount the foot square in closer. We'll talk about that anyways later. I'm going to have a foot square plate from about here to about here, because you know what? 1.5 feet out of 7, that's not bad. 5.5 feet working space, let me tell you. I can have a couple projects on the go and be banging on the vise. Oh, done with the vise, need to drill a hole. Yeah, okay, it's a pain in the arse to pick up the drill press. Pay attention where you're aiming. It's a pain in the arse to pick up the drill press and bring her over here and bolt her down. But let me tell you, I can't use that right now with the way it is. Look at this. Big giant ladder in the way. No. So, yeah, I'll pick up the drill press. It'll already have its own plate on the bottom mounted to it permanently. Swing that over here. Drop it on the base plate. 4 bolts. And you know, she's in nice and tight. This desk is solid pine, solid spruce, SPF, whatever, solid pine. And let me tell you, she ain't light, no matter which way you look at her. And it's been a joy wrangling this thing. I've had friends help me, and I had a friend help me move it, but most of it has been by myself, flipping this thing around, getting the underside done. But let me tell you, she's a thing of beauty. I didn't care too much about the underside. I was gonna make her nice as a desk, but being that it's a workbench, she has some scuff marks in the corners. I didn't feel like. I'm telling you, the hours I spent on this fucking thing. Look at that, a little crack there. The hours I fucking spent on this thing, unreal. But worth it. Let me tell you. Oh, I couldn't be fucking happier with this thing. Let me tell you. Always time to do things right this second. Let me tell you about them fucking fillers. Sandable, natural. Oh yeah, stainable. Yeah? Look at that shit. Glue, sawdust. Glue, sawdust. Fucking bullshit, Nick. Cutting corners. Just want to get her done. But she's a workbench. So she's going to get her more fair share of, you know, dings. That's the least I'm worried about. No fur, people, though. Do her right the first time. Glue, sawdust. Jam her in the cracks. And if she's too fine for the sawdust, which is unlikely, put a little more glue in there. All the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Yeah. No. She is a thing of beaut. Have some workspace. Get some projects done. Instead of dicking around, working in the driveway of this place here. Hey, but you know what? She works. Get them fucking dog dishes done. Have my puppers get them their own dishes. They share pretty good, but my old boy there, he's a little bit of a hog, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit, what's the word? Keep them a little separated so I can monitor their inputs. Fuck. Ah, beauty. Beauty. Aside from that crap there. Craptacular. Glue. Sawdust. Simple. Don't be an idiot. Anyways, I'll touch base with you next time.